Hey guys, welcome back to the Business Ryan, and today we are going to be reacting to my 2025 NFL season predictions that I predicted before the 2025 season. Obviously, we're in August and the preseason is about to start, but at the time of recording, may have already started by the time I release this video, but I'm not too sure yet. But let's get into it. So we're going to be reacting to my predictions, and I'll tell you guys how I feel about them, because some of them, they may not be too good. But without further ado, let's just get right into it. Some of them. So, let's start with the AFC and NFC East. I have the Buffalo Bills going 12-5. No. That's not even a bad prediction. Josh Allen, he's pretty good. He can carry his team anywhere, but to as far as he wants. But should have probably predicted the Patriots above them, because clearly that's what happened. Josh Allen, if he can lead his team to a 13-4 record with no receivers, pretty much, I'm sure he can lead this Bills team to another division title. To be honest, that is actually fair, because he did the same thing last year, no help, and he probably could do it again as long as he doesn't get hurt, which he didn't. I mean, their schedule may have gone a little harder, but I think they will be able to win their division along with getting the 2 seed. 2 seed, okay. And next, the New England Patriots. This may be a surprise to a lot of people, but I think the Patriots are going to be pretty solid this year. Reason being, they have Mike Vrabel. He's a great head. Well, if you think about it, before the 2025 season, the Patriots, they were supposed to be a solid team. No one expected them to win 14 games like they did, so at the time, it didn't even seem like a bad pick. I mean, maybe they could make the playoffs, but I really don't know. Coach. Not a bad pick. And their team has improved. Only question mark maybe like wide receiver. Stephon Diggs, he's not going to be amazing. Fine. This is not prime This is not prime Buffalo Bills Stephon Diggs. This is like 31, 32-year-old Stephon. He got injured last year, so we don't really know what to expect from him. And I wouldn't put the Patriots any further. Well, he probably should have, but Stephon Diggs, he was fine. I mean, he was a pretty solid wide receiver, one for New England. I think he had 1,000 yards, but he's in free agency right now at the time I'm recording this. Who knows? Maybe he'll be signed by the time this video gets released. But let's get back into it. But they may still squeak out a wild card spot. Yeah, they definitely did. Next, the Miami Dolphins. They lost a bit of talent in the offseason. They're just not very good. I mean, they're not improving as much as New England did. I don't think. That's not and in last place, the Jets. They're the Jets. The Jets are not going to be good. They're cursed or something. But I was a little generous to the Jets. I gave them 6 wins when they won, 3 games? Yeah, they won, 3 games this year. And I was pretty generous giving them 6. And I don't know if I'm going to give them 6 again this year, but who really knows? The Jets are the Jets. I don't think Justin Fields, he might be a solid quarterback in a year or two. But playoffs? No. Let's go to the end. Well, Justin Fields is actually a part of the Chiefs roster. And looks like Patrick Mahomes, he's going to be healthy. So he's probably not going to get much playing time this year outside the preseason. FC now. I have the Philadelphia Eagles going 12-5, along with getting the first round bye. Not a bad pick. This is a pretty weak conference this year, because the NFC East schedule got a lot harder. These guys have to play the AFC West, the entire AFC West, and the AFC North, which is some of football's best divisions. So these guys are not going to be winning many games from there. The Commanders and Cowboys, kind of the same thing. Well, the Cowboys have Dak back. A lot of their players got injured. Did help, but I think I recorded this before the Micah Parsons trade. So that's probably why I didn't think the Cowboys would be... if Micah Parsons wasn't on the Cowboys by the time I was recording this, I probably would have picked them at 8 or 9 wins. Because Micah Parsons, he's that big to the Cowboys, but obviously he's with the Packers, so the Packers prediction could be off too, but it shouldn't be too much. Micah Parsons, he's a pretty good player, but season, which is kind of why they won 7-10. It wasn't a very great season.
Yeah,
Jaden Daniels for the Commanders. I feel like it's gonna have a little sophomore slump. You know, every great rookie, a lot of them have one of those.
He got injured a lot, so that's
what I have for them.
Jaden Daniels
the New York Giants, 4-13. I think that was
the
Giants
on, actually. Yeah, the Giants did go 4-13 this year, so that's my first correct prediction. Let's see how many I can get. So right now, we're at 1 correct prediction so far. So let's see how many we can get. Let's see if we can get 5. That's going to be tough, though, because, you know, this was a very confusing NFL season. Like, the Bears were good. No, they weren't supposed to be that good, but let's just get into it. So, yeah, we already know the Giants suck.
You have more Ravens coming in first place.
Okay, this was not a good pick. The Ravens going 13-4, but to be fair, I didn't know Lamar was going to get hurt. This Ravens team, they look so good, but obviously they were not that good because Lamar got hurt, and actually a lot of Ravens players got hurt this year, not just Lamar, which is why they lost a bunch of games, but they almost did make the playoffs, which is kind of crazy.
13-4. I think that's the best record in the league, and I just think this might be the best Ravens Lamar Jackson's ever got to work with. You have arguably the best secondary in the league with
I don't know.
A lot of
Looking
very
back,
great
they did have
Jair
Alexander, which was supposed to be a big pickup, but he didn't really play at all this year.
You also have Lamar and Derrick Henry. You have DeAndre Hopkins, Zay Flowers, Isaiah Likely, Mark Andrews. These guys are very good players. Yeah. And I think they're definitely going to help this Ravens team.
So they are good players, but some of those guys got hurt.
The Cincinnati Bengals.
So, yeah, that's what
the past 2 years, since he's gone 9-8, just missing the playoffs. But this year, I have them making the playoffs.
Again, their quarterback got hurt. Joe Burrow got hurt for like half of the year, and maybe if he didn't get him, maybe Cincinnati would have made the playoffs. But again, how am I supposed to predict an injury? But even without Joe Burrow, they won 6 games, which is kind of crazy.
That's the 5 seed, I think. I think since he's going to do pretty solid, I feel like their defense may get a little better, but you never really know. They could go 9-8 again, miss the playoffs again. You never really know that. And Pittsburgh, I have them going 9-8. I don't think the Steelers are going to be very good this year.
I mean, that was almost spot on. They won 1 more game, but, you know, Aaron Rodgers, he played some solid ball, and I guess so did the Steelers. They got pretty lucky that they even won 10 games. You know, if Tyler Loop didn't miss that kick, then I would have got another correct prediction. But it looks like the Browns' prediction was correct because I think they won 5 games this year.
You have an aging Aaron Rodgers as your starting quarterback. It's only so far he can take you.
Yeah, but he did put.
But you have a lot of talent on your defense, which may win you some games.
The defense, they weren't really that good. But let's just go to the Browns pick.
They're going to be, like, amazing. And there's Cleveland. I have them going 5-12.
That was our second correct prediction. The Browns, I'm pretty sure I did go 5-12 this year. And, yeah, I guess Cleveland's Cleveland and nothing too special.
And the other side of the ball, Myles Garrett is their only good guy.
Well, they do have Denzel Ward.
This Browns team is just not very good. The NFC North, this is definitely the most competitive division in all of football. Every team in this division has a winning record.
Right, every team in the division did have a winning record this year, so that's a little difficult to predict, but you know that's kind of crazy. I got that right. But yeah, every team in the division had a winning record. The Lions, they're a little off. The Bears, also a little off. Actually, if I switched the Bears and Lions, and this would be, then they would have the right records. But you know, predicting every team in the division to win over at least 9 games, that's not, you don't see that very often.
And the Bears may be a little shocking, but I do have them with a 9-8 record. I think that offensive line alone is going to win games for them. Last year, Caleb Williams was getting sacked way too many times, you know. That's definitely going to That definitely made them lose a couple of those games. But now with a good offensive line and a pretty solid defense, I'd say they get a winning record. Not playoff yet. Maybe like next year.
So I think this was the year they made the playoffs. So that was interesting prediction, but I guess the Bears are ahead of schedule.
Maybe they'll be a playoff contender, but I don't know about this year. And now the Green Bay Packers. The Packers, they're the Packers.
Yeah, this was right before the Micah Parsons trade, I believe. So, like, if Micah Parsons was actually on the Packers at this moment, I probably would have made them win like 10, 11 games. Well, they just won 10 games. Maybe it'll make them win like 12 games or something like that, because Micah Parsons is pretty good. But obviously didn't have Micah Parsons, which is probably why the Packers are 10-7. Even though they did lose 7 games, they were 9-7-1. But how was I supposed to predict the tie? So like, I feel like this is almost good, a good prediction.
They're pretty good. I mean, they're the third best team in the NFC North at what I have them at. But they're still a pretty good football team. You have Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, Kenny Clark. He did lose a couple pieces like Jair Alexander. So I don't think they're going to win 11 games like last year. But I think they will definitely do pretty solid in football's toughest division. I have the Minnesota Vikings and Detroit Lions at 11-6. Detroit has the tiebreaker over Minnesota, but that doesn't mean both of these teams are going to be bad. Minnesota, they have some very good players. You lost Sam Darnold from last year.
Yeah, that kind of put a big factor because the Seahawks won the Super Bowl that year.
Howard, you may think they're not going to do as good, but I think they're still going to be pretty solid. I mean, before the 2024 season, Sam Darnold wasn't a superstar.
Yeah, so because of that, I thought that J.J. McCarthy would kind of work the same way, but obviously it didn't. He wasn't really too good. His quarterback play, the Vikings quarterback play, wasn't really too hot anyway.
I think surely can happen with McCarthy. But I don't think they're going to go on 14 wins this year. No. This division is pretty competitive.
Yeah,
the schedules got harder. Coordinators are definitely going to have a part of their coordinators. So I don't think they're going to be amazing.
Did kind of play a pretty big role. Probably why the Lions didn't win the division.
On their team, Jared Goff, Jameer.
Also, I didn't think the offensive line would be a problem, but it turns out it was. It may have been why they won 9 games this year.
Gibbs.
But the Lions were very talented, so predicting them to win 9 games
would be Williams. He had a breakout year last year. Could have another one this year.
I don't know
on defense, you have Aiden Hutchinson. So this is pretty much a well-rounded team. Solid secondary, solid front 7. This is a Super Bowl contender.
And they missed the playoffs.
Anyways, let's get to our next division. There might be a couple shockers like the Colts in 4th place. I don't think the Colts are going to be very good this year. I mean, Anthony Richardson.
So halfway through the year, that was a pretty bad take. But then the Colts just started sucking towards the end of the year, which is why this prediction isn't as bad as it really looks. But the Colts winning 4 games... I mean, it's because of Daniel Jones. I thought he wouldn't be good, but I guess he proved me wrong.
Still waiting to be proven as a solid starter. He hasn't been amazing in his days as a starter, but he hasn't been horrible. And if you don't want Anthony Richardson to be a starter, you have to worry about Daniel Jones. And I don't think
Daniel Jones will be good.
Whenever you have a starting quarterback of Daniel Jones, you're not going to do very well.
That was my logic, but apparently I was wrong.
You have a couple guys like Josh Downs or some solid guys, but you don't have like amazing talent like some of the other teams in the division. And the Tennessee Titans,
Taylor.
I don't think they're going to do much better than the Colts. They could easily be the worst team in the division.
And they were. The Titans were not good. But Cam Ward had absolutely zero help on offense, and Jeffrey Simmons was the only good defensive player. And so, it's kind of hard to win them a lot of games. And 5 games was pretty generous. The Titans this year were not a good team. They didn't have much talent at all, but gave them 5 wins, I guess, even though that wasn't the case.
Ward looks like he's going to be pretty solid. And you have
he was solid though.
Tony Pollard. He's not. I don't think he's going to be bad. I mean, you did lose a couple players, but I mean they're still going to not be
Tony
a great
Pollard,
football
he wasn't
team.
that good, but
the Jaguars in 3rd place.
Now, this was a bad take. The Jaguars 8-9. I didn't expect them to win 13 games. That just did not sound like something that would happen at the time, but I guess the Jaguars win 8 games in my world. But I guess they overperformed to my expectations.
The reason why the Jags went 4-13 is because Trevor Lawrence got hurt, and they're just not very good with Lawrence. Brian Thomas and
Thomas had a down year.
Travis Hunter. They're going to be one of the. They may be one of the best wide receiver duo in their division.
Travis Hunter got hurt for half the year, and Brian Thomas is not good. It was really Jacoby Myers and Parker Washington, I guess, who really performed pretty good. But again, how was I supposed to know Jacoby Brissett? How was I going to know Jacoby Myers was going to come over to Jacksonville? So, you win some, you lose some, I guess.
Because those are not some superstars yet. But Brian Robinson definitely means he's probably going to have another solid year. But in first place, it's for the 3rd year in a row. It's the Houston Texans.
That didn't happen.
The Texans.
I don't think I was expecting their defense to perform the way they did. The Texans' defense was amazing. Arguably the best defense in all of football, and arguably the best defense coming into the 2026 season. And you'll see that defense will play a big role this year. If you check out my predictions for this upcoming season, coming up in a few weeks. So, let's continue.
They just have the most balanced team in the division, other than the O-line.
Yeah, the offensive line
is the big question.
Wasn't good.
Like, the Jaguars could easily take the division.
And they did.
Maybe if
because the Jaguars performed pretty good.
Get some more wins, and Texans get a couple losses because of their O-line. And they traded Laramie Tunsil away, which is not going to really help out that situation.
Why did they trade away Laramie Tunsil? That did not help out the Texans.
CJ Stroud is still going to find a way to adapt to it, and they have some solid guys like Nico Collins.
Yeah, Nico Collins.
They signed Nick Chubb as well, so that might be a solid duo with Chubb.
But the injury of Joe Mixon just started the emergence of Woody Marks. And I guess Nick Chubb wasn't the running back too. But he was the running back too for earlier in the year. I remember versus the Buccaneers when they played them in week 2. Nick Chubb was running the ball. But eventually, as the season came down, Woody Marks started getting more carries, and he could. Well, I guess he's not anymore. David Montgomery is there now, so hopefully that should fix up the running back issues.
Mixon. Now in the NFC South, the Buccaneers first place.
So to start the year, the Buccaneers looked like they would be a lot better than 10-7, but then they just started sucking after starting 5-1, and they just gave up the division to the Panthers. I guess all they had to do was beat the Falcons, I guess, on that Thursday night game, but they couldn't stop a 3rd and 27 in 2 plays, which is not good. But that's pretty much why they did not make the playoffs. The Buccaneers weren't going to be good in the playoffs. They weren't really good at all, but I guess Baker Mayfield, he did deal with injuries, as he revealed later this offseason. But, this wasn't a really good prediction.
They're just a very solid team. You have some great receivers.
Mike Evans, he was hurt a lot. Chris Godwin, he was also a little banged up.
Running backs, their defense is solid. They're just going to definitely be the team that wins the division. The Falcons, 9-8. Now, Atlanta could take this division from Tampa Bay because they have some good plays, too. They have beat.
All they had to do to win the division and make this prediction valid was beat the Jets. But they couldn't do that, which is pretty much why this prediction wasn't really good. The Falcons weren't really that good until after they were eliminated from playoff contention. Then they started playing like they were right in the hunt for a playoff spot, even though they were already eliminated. But I guess I thought the Falcons would win one more game than they actually did. They're just like 8-9 merchants, I guess, because they always go 8-9 for some reason.
John, they have Michael Penix. He's might be starting this year.
He did start for half the year before he got hurt.
You have some solid players on the Falcons that are just getting better. These young players. You have Jesse Bates still in that secondary, which means your secondary is going to be pretty good, I guess.
I don't know about good, but it was pretty solid, I guess. I don't really know. But they have some young talent, and they should, progress over the years, and maybe they actually will win the division.
In third place, we have the Carolina Panthers. In the last month of last season, the Panthers have been pretty solid. I mean, they started Bryce Young, and Young did very well, and he looked like a top quarterback.
And then
this year, if Bryce Young plays like that in the last month of the year for the whole season, then.
So I don't know about the whole season, but he played like that like every other week. So one week he plays like Tom Brady, and the next week he plays like, I don't know, Lamar Jackson in the playoffs.
You could see a solid record, but I think the Panthers are maybe 1-2 years away from actual being contenders in playoffs. And the Saints are 4-13. The Saints may be the worst team in the league. You lost Tyrann Mathieu and Derek Carr.
I lost him to
which means those are some pretty big pieces. And
so the Saints were a lot better than I predicted, I guess, because Tyler Shaw, he looks pretty solid, but we'll see if the Saints can actually win the division. I don't think they will this year. I don't think their defense is quite ready, but maybe if they can improve the defense, then the Saints, they could be scary. That offense with Jordan Tyson, Travis Etienne, and Tyler Shaw, and also Chris Olave, they could be pretty solid. Dangerous offense in the future.
Your replacements are not much better. Spencer Rattler is starting for them, and they're just not going to be a good football. They may have a couple upsets, maybe a win over the Panthers.
They actually swept the Panthers.
They may have a couple wins for other bad teams, but they're not going to be a great football team. Lastly, for this video, the AFC West. This may be the hardest division to predict, other than the NFC North. But in the AFC, we have the Chiefs, 11-6. A lot of people that I've seen have the Broncos winning the division this.
So all those people seem to be actually correct, because the Broncos, they won 14 games. I thought the Chiefs would have one last dance, with them having the better rosters, but the Broncos defense became pretty good, and the Chargers also were good. But the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes got hurt, and the team wasn't really playing that well. So, is it a bad prediction? I don't think it was. I feel like that was an okay prediction, but Patrick Mahomes wasn't hurt, and their team actually played better. This prediction could have been valid.
Here, but I think the Chiefs will have one last run winning their division, because
did not happen.
The Broncos, Bo Nix could have a sophomore slump. That's what I'm predicting. They're still going to have the same record as they did last year, but Nix may not play as well.
Nix played.
He's probably going to be a solid player, though. And also, the Chiefs, they have Mahomes and aging Kelsey.
Kelsey
have a solid
really
defense. And some young, talented receivers. They have some pretty solid players. And I think they're going to win the division by a game. But that doesn't mean the Broncos could just steal the division from them. I could be completely wrong with that. And the Chargers, 9-8. Lost.
So I just disrespected the Chargers, I guess. I don't know why I thought they would win 9 games. I guess the division was tough. I don't know. I feel like the Chargers winning 9 games is kind of insane.
Los Angeles, they're probably going to go back.
Why?
This division got a lot more competitive. The Raiders got some more players.
That's the team with the number 1 overall pick. So that's not really good. That wasn't a good pick.
Broncos are getting better, and the Chiefs are the Chiefs. So the Chargers are definitely going to have a harder time winning that division, but that doesn't mean they don't have some solid players. Speaking of the Raiders, I have the Raiders in 4th place. Las Vegas, if they were in any other division, I would have had them in like maybe 2nd. This is just very competitive, and they have a lot of great players. But they couldn't fool me completely. They have Geno Smith, they have Ashton Genty, Brock Bowers. Isn't that it?
So, I thought it looks like the only good players was Max Crosby and Brock Bowers. So yeah, Geno Smith, he wasn't really that good. He actually wasn't good at all. He did like 17 picks. He threw a lot of interceptions, and yeah, he did not play some good football like I predicted. Pete Carroll came there. We thought that would be good. I guess it wasn't. And Ashton Genty, his offensive line wasn't good. That's really why he wasn't that good. He did have like almost 1,000 yards though, which is some sort of achievement for having the Raiders 2025 offensive line, which wasn't good outside of Colton Miller, I guess. But in conclusion, pretty terrible pick.
Yeah, and they also signed Pete Carroll.
Yeah, that did not.
Which means this is a very, very solid team. This is a tough one. I have the Rams winning the division at 11-6. I just think this is a very talented Rams team. You have pretty much good players around the team.
Very the Seahawks. No one expected the Seahawks to be good, and I see they won 8 games here, which is not good, especially considering they're Super Bowl champions. So, yeah, this doesn't look like a good pick. Also, you see the Cardinals at 9 wins.
The team very solid, and I just think they have enough power to win that division, go on a little run. But San Francisco definitely is 2nd place, same record. Rams at the tiebreaker. They lost a lot of talent, like their safeties. They lost a lot of great players, but they're still the 49ers, and you have.
So it was injuries that was the problem. Even with injuries, Kyle Shanahan knows how to coach a team, because he led them to 12 wins without a lot of the good players like Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, Brandon Ayuk, arguably, and a whole bunch of other guys. But, he still found a way to win 11 games, or 12 games, which is pretty impressive.
George Kittle, Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey, Fred Warner, Nick Bosa. Still have some of those guys, which are definitely can help you in the long run. Some of the better players that they're able to maintain. Their entire team literally got hurt last year. Big reason why they went 6-11. And they are, unless they get hurt again, I think this is going to be a very solid team. A contender.
So they did get hurt.
The Cardinals 9-8. They're going to be better than they were 2 years ago.
So that was a terrible prediction. The Cardinals sucked this year. They won 3 games, number 3 overall pick, and they got Jeremiah Love out of it. And they're still probably going to suck this year because outside of Trey McBride and Budda Baker and Jeremiah Love, they have, no talented players. You could argue Paris Johnson. I don't know. The Cardinals, they don't look like they're going to be in the race for that NFC West, especially with the Rams, the defending champions, and the 49ers.
A little better than they were last year. 2 years ago, Kyle Murray got hurt. And
he got hurt again.
Last year, the Cardinals were pretty solid. I mean, they lost a couple close games. But at one point of the year, they could have easily won their division. They were 6-4 at one point. They lost 5 of their last 7 games. Just why they went 8-9. But they're definitely not a team to look out for. They could make the playoffs.
They did not.
I just don't think so. And with another team to watch out for is the Seahawks. They signed Sam Darnold and Cooper Kupp. They got rid of Metcalf and Geno Smith. Some great players that they shipped off. But this is pretty much a new Seahawks team. Their O-line isn't the greatest. But I don't think the Seahawks are going to be horrible, but they're not going to be very good. This is one of football's most competitive divisions. So no one really expected the Seahawks and Jackson Smith and Jigba to be excellent and won the Offensive Player of the Year, which is, something no one really predicted. I guess he could have had a breakout year, but Jackson Smith and Jigba played excellent football. Sam Darnold played some solid ball. It was their defense. I was expecting their defense to be that good, and they proved me wrong, and they were actually amazing this year. But I did make playoff predictions for the 2025 season as well, in the preseason of 2025. So I'll probably put a link in the description to check it out if you want to see more pretty bad predictions, because the Seahawks definitely didn't make the playoffs in that one, so we didn't know who the Super Bowl champion is. It wasn't correct. But you guys should check out that video. I'll link it in the description. And that is it for this episode, and see you guys in the next one.